Isabel.
Hi Martin, thanks very much for speaking to us today. My name is Isabel, I'm a student from UCD and from Dublin as well. As just something you just touched on there, as someone who you were trying to prevent from playing GAA when you started playing the foreign code of soccer back when you were in college, how significant do you think it was, like the last couple of years when Croke Park was opened up to foreign codes like rugby and soccer, and where a team like the English rugby team could come to Ireland, and it wasn't really a controversial step anymore, that it could be treated with complete respect by everyone?
I think that's the changes that have been made. I just thought it was a wonderful thing. It would be interesting to see what the English rugby team thought of actually stepping out and playing at Croke Park. Do you know? I'm quite sure that most of the English team would not have been aware of the history of the early 20s, but by the same token, some of them must have told them that quite some considerable time ago they wouldn't have been welcome in Dublin, never mind at Croke Park. And I think those changes reflect the positive attitude that I believe that now surrounds the GAA, and I also believe that it surrounds Ireland, and I'm really thankful for it. And again, it's getting back to the point that I actually believe that I'm a kind of a product of all those great changes that have been made. I don't think that I would have been able to have survived or attempted to flourish unless those things had happened.
I'll take one quick question finally from Aoife.
Hi, I'm Aoife McLachlan, Uachtaráin an Cumann Gaeilge TIT. Bhain just real gur míle maith guibhas an cuir teach na seo inniu, agus I just want to say that I agree with what President McAleese said. I think it would be a fantastic thing if someday people could say that they were, Irish, British or something like that. It would be a really wonderful day. But my real question is for Mr. O'Neill about, you said something that the Irish identity and the way Irishness is perceived has changed more in the last 30 years than it has in the last 400 before that. And my question is, whatever about our perception from people outside from other countries, what about our perception of ourselves as Irish people? What do we think Irishness means now, and has it become diluted by globalisation, or is it still, are the iconic things that you mentioned in your front room, the Sacred Heart and the Porrick Pierce picture, are they as prominent today as they were?
Well, it's a very good point, and I believe that I actually should be asking you that question. I think myself that in terms of globalisation, I actually believe that Irishness that has been perceived by Wolfe Tone, by Henry Joy McCracken, people like that, I think it's changed. I think it's changed greatly. I mentioned the fact that it was just my view that I thought that that Irishness had changed in the last 30 years, more so than perhaps in the last 400. That is my view. These are my experiences of what I have as an Irishman living in England, and how they're perceived, how an Irishman is perceived now, as to, for instance, 30 years ago. I do believe that there's a definite change, a positive change. I think that there is less to worry about for young people going out to the world today. That's my view.
Thank you. You're listening to Ireland of Tomorrow, a presidential lecture series hosted here in Áras and Uachtaráin by Mary McAleese, President of Ireland. Today's guest speaker has been Martin O'Neill, Aston Villa manager and former captain of the Northern Ireland soccer team, on the theme, What It Means to be Irish. Thank you, Martin. Can I formally call on our host, President McAleese, to close the programme?